Louise Ann Bruni was born in Brooklyn, New York. Shortly after her birth, my grandparents made the move to South Florida, arriving in Hollandale, where they would stay for the next 40 years. The home place. As a baby, Louann was loved and cared for by her brother Bart, mother Angelina, who taught her everything, including how to cook, and Father Andrew, who she looked up to, respected, and loved very, very much. Her first and middle name combined as a nickname, and she was simply called Louann. Her early days in Hollandale were filled with love and light, having a wonderful extended family around her, including my great-grandparents, plus her cousins, aunts, and uncles in the Doria and Colombo families. It was a magical time when the world was a much cleaner place. Birthday parties and holidays at the Bruni home were a big deal. My grandparents loved to receive guests and would cook and decorate for every occasion. These photos were taken at Louann's 5th birthday party, and some familiar faces were in attendance. My great-grandfather stands in the background with his stoic face and kind eyes. I was told he adored Louann. During the 1960s, Louann spent her time as many other teenagers did in South Florida. Many days at the beaches in Hollywood and Miami, north and south. Family meals, holidays, birthdays, movies, driving in cars, high school, going to parties, listening to radio, and all the other joys of 1960s youth. It wasn't long before she grew from a beautiful young woman to a gorgeous lady, fell in love, and got married. The pre-ceremony was held at the beautiful Spanish monastery castle and gardens in North Miami Beach, and the vows were exchanged at St. Matthew's Church in Hollandale. The after-party was held at Umberto's, and all of our family was in attendance, including myself in the now famous sky blue tie-dyed leisure suit. Here's my grandmother having a wonderful dance with the groom, and you can see by the smile, she was in heaven on this day. Her little Lulu Bell had finally grown up. It was a wonderful day and a wonderful time. Louann was a devoted aunt to all her nephews. She spent a great deal of time with us. I remember very fondly our trips to Grinnell's Park to feed the ducks. She took me to New York City and we saw famous Broadway shows together. She took me to Walt Disney World countless times. Shopping, haircuts, dinners, plays, movies, arcades, you name it. We were at Epcot Center during the opening ceremonies in October '82. We were among the first to ride Epcot's test track in September '99. She regularly bought us season passes, and we went to Disney roughly once a year, sometimes more, for as long as I can remember. I miss those times. I miss those places.
Many of the photos in Louann's collection were taken by her, of the people that she loved. Looking at these photos is like seeing through her eyes. She loved to snap pictures of little Toddy Boy, her first nephew. Later on, I came along. Here are the Bruni brothers together for the first time. My Nunu took me so many places, it's hard to remember them all. Here I am with Sheba. Nunu always kept my arsenal of toy swords fully stocked, and here I am with Puffy, the softest cat in the world. The origin of Nunu actually came about because Louann's nickname was Lulu. And when Titler Todd tried to say Lulu, it came out Nunu, and it stuck. When I was a baby, she was already Nunu. She was always Nunu. Nunu became a name that filled us with joy, because we had a special aunt who would always put herself before us. She would do nearly anything for us. Here are the three amigos. This was the famous Port Orleans trip where we made a marathon at 6:30 a.m. and dashed from the gates of Magic Kingdom to Splash Mountain, where we were among the first riders. Something else Louann loved a lot were her pets. She had many over the years. The two she loved most were especially Bowser and Junior. Here is one of my favorite shots of Nunu, with our two living dogs Sheba and Bowser. This last photo is a rare one, and it shows us all together for Louann's famous Sunday dinners. Going back, I wish we had more photos of these dinners.
Louann supported and spent time with all of her family, her friends, and their kids. Going to weddings, hosting parties, and celebrating my grandmother's golden years. This photo was taken in September of 1999 on one of our last family trips that we made all together. The next 10 years are dark. I took these photos of the home place in 2016, shortly before she left. You can see the table there from the beginning of the film. It was with us for over 60 years. This is the final image I have of Louann and I together, taken in February 2017 when I had just turned 47. Coming to an end is always a sad thing. Production on this, my first film, has been equal parts joy and sadness. As I poured through hundreds of family photographs from Louann's collection and my own, I was launched on an emotional journey of many tears and many smiles. Having this be the subject of my first production, using my talent to immortalize someone who has given so much to me, feels right and fulfilling. My biggest regret is that she won't be able to see and appreciate this film. That's why it's up to you, the watcher, to share this video with as many people as you can, to be or support your own Auntie Nu Nu in your own family. Louann would have loved this idea, and I hope I can be the one to spread it. Thanks for watching. Rest in peace, Nu Nu. Although you were taken from us much too soon, I know you're with my grandparents now looking down on us all from heaven.